Hey, how's it going? And today I'm out of Seoul and here in Suwon, South Korea to bring you a KT Wiz game. The KT Wiz, of course, play at KT Wiz Park, which is located in the northern side of the city of Suwon. To give a quick little rundown on this team, this is one of the newest teams here in the KBO. They were founded in 2013, but they hung around in a different Korean baseball league for a couple years until they were officially approved to join in the 2015 season. This is really the underdog of all underdogs in the league, as they finished in last place basically almost every season they've been in, except for last year where they had their best ever finish at 9th place. But as with any other Korean baseball park, they do have a lot to offer if you're ever in Suwon, visiting Suwon, or just happen to be in Suwon and you want to catch a baseball game. This is a look of the street that the stadium is on. So there's a giant grocery store right across, and then you also got a few pubs and restaurants, so you don't necessarily have to rush into the stadium if you're hanging out in this area. I already bought my ticket earlier, and a ticket in the cheering section costs about 15,000 on weekends, 12,000 on weekdays, so it's a pretty good deal. And yeah, let's go check out what's going on in this stadium. Let's make our way inside. For security in this ballpark, they do check all bags that come into the stadium. Mostly what they're looking for here is glass bottles, but I did notice them telling me that they don't allow any bottles over 1 liter in this park as well. All right, so we're here inside the stadium, and down there you can see that the KT Wiz are getting in their batting practice. For housing the smallest team, the stadium still has a little bit of size to it, and there's a lot of big differences between all of the different sections. The outfield here isn't general admission seating like in some other places. Here it's completely full lawn-style seats with just patches of grass and wood. And if you gotta be there, then you gotta sit down on the ground or take out a blanket and just lounge out for the game. There are even some balcony-style restaurant places up here where basically I'm pretty sure it's just table service and you can sit down there to enjoy the game. And this is one of the more segregated parks in the league, as there are plenty of different fences separating all the different sections, and you have to enter through a certain gate if you have a certain type of ticket for that section. In the upper deck, you're pretty free to roam. That's why I was able to come up here. There are no ushers, no one really checking tickets. You can kind of just walk around here as much as you want. But my seats for the game are going to be down in the cheering section, which would be roughly that way behind me. But a major plus to this park are the different types of concessions that you can get here. So let's check those out before the first pitch rolls around. Here at the KT Wiz Park, they have a lot of different options, especially since they have these double-decker style or 2-floor concession booths, where some of them have stores on the bottom, food on top, like this one, and some are just food on both sides. But there's definitely a lot here, so let's see more of what's going on. Starting here is the classic convenience store setup, which is pretty much good for chips and cheap bottles of beer. Now for some of the good stuff, we got roasted potatoes, cheese hot dogs, squid octopus. I believe those are goblin potato hot dogs. They even have wedges and tornado potatoes. For something a little bigger, they have pork belly, or as we call in Korean, samgyeopsal, with a full meal sets, and also you can't forget the chicken that's everywhere. We got some fruit and yogurt parfaits, and even a variety of cocktails in a bag. Over here they got waffles and some of these rice burgers, which are pretty cool to see at a ballpark as well. They have the classic street food toasted sandwich. More street food classics, including sundae, tteokbokki, and kimbap. And that's chicken on a stick. And one thing that's definitely throwing me for a ride are these different flavors of beer: grapefruit, blue Hawaiian, Dutch. Out of curiosity, I feel like I gotta try one of these. And to wrap it up here, there's a Pizza Hut, a Lotteria, and down on this last corner, there's a little Mexican place, well, I guess a Mexican chain here that has tacos, quesadillas, and burgers. Now, I actually came here for a game last year and I got the burrito. I wouldn't exactly recommend it. It did have coleslaw on it, which in my opinion is a pretty questionable choice. All right, so back in my seat here, and this blue Hawaiian beer is definitely one of the craziest things I've ever seen. It looks like the guy just put like blue Kool-Aid or Hawaiian punch in here, mix it up with some regular beer. It's looking more green than blue, to be honest, but let's see how it tastes. It's like a sweet soda pop of a beer. Very weird combination, but actually not that bad. Also, just gotta say, out of all the food options that they have here, this toast sandwich is actually a pretty good deal. It's only about 3,500 won. Alright, so we're getting to that point in the day now where the sunglasses are off and the game is about to start. So with the start of the game here are the KT Wiz team introductions and team songs. Batting first for the KT Wiz is the left fielder, Kim Min-hyuk. Batting second is the first baseman, Oh Tae-gon. Batting third is the designated hitter, Kang Baek-ho. Batting fourth in cleanup and at center field is Mel Rojas Jr. Batting fifth is the second baseman, Park Young-soo. Batting sixth is the third baseman, Hwang Jae-gyun. Batting seventh is the right fielder, Yoo Han-jun. Batting 8th is the catcher, Lee Jun-soo. And batting 9th is the shortstop, Kang Ming-gu. All right, so to start this game off here in the second inning, the KT Wiz had a lot of activity as they put up 3 runs early. But honestly, I feel like it had less to do with them and more to do with their opponents, the Lotte Giants, who've had absolutely terrible pitching so far. They've pretty much walked in 3 batters, and the KT Wiz only have 1 hit. But it's 3-0 KT Wiz here in the third, so let's see what kind of activity we can get from this crowd going on since they have the lead. All right, we made it here into the 6th inning, and the KT Wiz had another really big run in the 5th. Now they're up 5-0. This place is going pretty loud at one moment. When you least expect it, a party atmosphere definitely comes up here. I went to a game last year and they had one-shot cam where if the camera came up on you in the video screen, you had to just finish your beer and down it in 1 second. But this is definitely a unique ballpark in a few different ways. One of which is it's really kid-friendly. They're really focused on making sure that the kids get involved and that there's always a family atmosphere. Even the mascots themselves and a lot of the little dances they do are very easy for any little kid to memorize. And I'm noticing here for the adults that there really isn't anything close to what you would call a beer limit, where you can buy beer by the box, where a lot of big groups here, or maybe just people that like to party, are stocking up on a lot of beer, as you can see. And for the small team that the KT Wiz are, it's really great that they have such a family-friendly atmosphere here. And that goes for the fans as well. They were even letting some of their fans join the cheerleaders on stage, and it was just a great time for everyone involved. So we're heading into the top of the 9th inning. The KT Wiz have put on some more runs, and they're looking at a 7-2 lead that they got to close out now. As for the KT Wiz pitching today, they were pretty phenomenal. Alcantara was their starting pitcher, and he did an absolutely great job. He was in there up until the 8th inning, and he had 7 shutout innings. So only gave up 1 run there in the end, and they pulled him out. But otherwise, a good job for the KT Wiz, only giving up 2 runs to the Lotte Giants. Alright, so with that, we're all wrapped up here at the KT Wiz Park. They're able to take this win today by a score of 7-2 over the Lotte Giants. Great atmosphere involved. Everyone was in a chipper mood. And yeah, it was a great time here at the KT Wiz ballpark. So thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully one day you can make it out here to Suwon to see a game for yourself. Have a good one, and good night. Good day, morning. Have a good one.